to Tuesday Night Hype number 33. My name is Shelby. I am here gonna be casting this great tournament straight from my living room into your living room. And I am joined by my good friend and new acquaintance, Brawley. How's it
Hello.
going?
I'm excited to watch some awesome Hearthstone because I've been waiting for quite some time to cast for this great great tournament, and I'm very
Yeah?
very very excited. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. It's very cold. I'm trying to quite literally warm up for the show. It's like
Man,
40 degrees down here in Australia.
what? 40, wait, 40 degrees. Do you use
This
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
yeah, no. We use Celsius, but I went through the effort of converting it to
Oh,
Fahrenheit for you. There you
that was
go.
so
It's like
thoughtful.
all right. It's like
It
5.
is, I'm gonna guess 85 degrees here. And I have to shut my window for when I do this. Well, and I have to turn my fan off. So I'm kind of hot. So I'm pretty jealous that you are
So
cold.
so we're like on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, quite literally. Perhaps we could switch? Because, like,
No,
I
no, no.
with 40.
I,
No.
I, I hate the heat. I can't deal with heat. I much prefer the cold.
Isn't it tough to live in Australia and hate the heat?
Yes, very.
Okay. Great. I just wanted to double check.
It is
So yeah, we are going to be jumping into some games pretty soon. The group stage has just started. So how Tuesday Night Hype works, if this is your first Tuesday Night Hype, is we start off with a group stage, which you get paired into a group with 3 other people, so 4 people total, and then you play each other person in your group, and then 2 people advance out of that stage and into a single elimination bracket. So we're going to be jumping into some groups here pretty quickly. What do you think we're going to be seeing tonight, Brawley? What are you expecting players to bring?
I'm honestly not quite sure. I would imagine to see quite a bit of patron, just because people have. I think patron's at kind of the point now where a lot of people have learnt the deck, and obviously it's a very effective deck. But we were kind of in a period for a while where a lot of less serious players didn't quite understand the deck. But I think it's been out for long enough now that a lot of players have a really good grasp on the deck, and I think that now that we're at that point, we're going to see a lot more of it. Which I know we've already been seeing a lot of it, but
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a peak time for it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility. Um, we have been seeing, in my experience, I think this is my fourth TNH that I've been casting. I have seen less patron than I expected, but I think you're right in that now that been a deck that's been around for a little while, people have had more time to learn how to play it. I'm not sure if I like know how to play it. I mean, I can pilot it okay, I guess, but it's definitely not one of my stronger decks. But I think a lot of people do bring it, even if it's not one of their stronger decks personally, just because it's such a strong deck on its own, and like you can mess up piloting it and still be pretty okay sometimes.
Yeah, even some of the highest level players, they'll like even when they're going for the combo, they won't calculate it because if they start calculating it, they'll rope too quickly, and I think that's pretty funny. I don't know. I like seeing lethals like that where they just go for it.
Yep.
It's pretty amusing to me.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not gonna bother counting this. I'm just gonna do it and assume that it's lethal.
It's the winning play to assume you have lethal.
Yep. Yeah. Always assume and always go face, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, everything will work out. Just keep.
Exactly. Everything was better in the end. Um, okay, so it looks like we're gonna jump into a game with Lynn versus Void. Lynn is gonna be bringing Warrior, Warlock, Hunter, and Void. Well, wait. Void is gonna be okay. Wait. Lynn's gonna have Warlock, Mage, Druid, and Void's gonna have Warrior, Warlock, Hunter. My bad, guys. Okay, so those are pretty standard classes that we can expect to see. Um, I would be surprised to see like a priest or a rogue or a shaman or something like that, but these are all pretty standard, and that's okay. That's that's what we expected.
I'm excited to see what the warlock player is. I mean the warlock decks. I'm excited because I would imagine that they're going to be but just because both lineups don't really have an aggro deck. Well, the warrior lineup has a hunter, so I don't know.
Right.
I'm interested. Warlock's always an interesting class to watch for me because it's like very it has so many different archetypes that you never know what you're gonna face, which is fairly
Hmm.
interesting,
It's
especially
really
with
fun.
Malleus.
Yeah, because now we have like the third possibility in Mallylock, which I think is really cool. Because I mean, but it makes it super, super difficult to mulligan against them as a class. I like, I don't know. I was just playing ladder before we started casting, and I was like, all right, this is my gut intuition. This is gonna be Zoo, and it was handlock, and I'm like, well, I would mulligan completely differently. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's tough.
you see a lot of like the Malleus deck is very strange because even by turn 5 it's still kind of hard to tell which whether it's well unless they drop a giant, but it's still the question's still up in the air whether it's handlock or Malleus sometimes. So
And
it's kind of
speaking
crazy.
of which, we're gonna see Warlock versus Warlock. So
Oh,
we will
nice! I'm
see
excited
if
for
it's a
this.
mirror or completely different. I love this. This is great. All right, so it looks like, let me just jump in here.
Looks like we have Lin on the zoo.
Aha.
Interesting. Was Lin the player that brought the hunter, or was he the other player?
Lynn brought, yeah, Warrior, Warlock, Hunter is Lynn.
Okay.
And Lynn is a confirmed woman. Just FYI.
Again. Well, this looks like we have. Whoa, whoa! What is? I see a faceless manipulator in someone's hand. What is that? Oh, this should be interesting.
Yes.
Maybe he's going for the dream where you get Malagos on the board, and then you faceless Malagos, and now your Dark Bomb does 13 damage. OP.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that play. I'm on board. I want to see it happen.
I'm just guessing. I don't know for what reason we're running faceless,
What?
but that might be it.
I I I hope we find out shortly here. Um,
It's either that or it's like some power of a warming charge minion.
oh,
I would imagine anyway.
that's gonna happen. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, the ruby and egg,
Wow,
and
so Lynn's kind of in an awkward spot for a zoo play. He has to play egg on turn 2, which is kind of like you never want to do that.
right.
But especially in the mirror match where you kind of want to be playing minions whenever you can. Oh, and Void has a sweet play. Oh
Yeah.
wow, he opts for the Imp Gang boss. Interesting. I wonder what fueled that decision.
Hmm.
In my mind, it's usually best to play the Void Terror in that situation, especially because you're
Yeah.
versing the mirror match because they don't have very much AOE anyway. Usually, you can value the egg being alive because it's anti AOE, but in the mirror match, they're not going to have AOE anyway, so it's just kind of a strange decision to not play the Void Terror there.
I'm wondering if he's waiting for some crazy combo wombo stuff going on. Like, I don't know, combining that with the faceless? I'm not sure. We are going to see Void Terror come out. This is
Wow.
pretty
If
powerful.
he drops faceless on this Void Terror, then that's gonna be a huge turn. Oh no, I am Gal. Damn. It stops that Void Terror right in its tracks. Kind of an awkward turn for Void now.
Yeah.
I mean he's still in the winning position, but it's still an awkward turn. He doesn't really have a minion to develop without playing Implosion, which feels pretty weak. So maybe he taps this turn. I would not be surprised at all to see a tap.
I think you have. Yeah, I think you have to. I love how quickly the owl came down there. She was just
Yeah,
like, no, no, none of this nonsense.
it's a lot of scary damage. Being
Faceless
said,
here just seems bad.
Yeah,
I mean, it's on curve, so I guess it's not bad in that sense, but
I think I would tap here.
yeah.
Oh, I bet he's a little bit upset that he doesn't have the mana for that.
Yeah, that is rough. Just that not a very efficient turn at all.
Oof.
Oh,
That was a
that was greedy.
I commend that. That was very very greedy.
That was super greedy. Yeah, I don't
in,
know. I don't know if you
in the
go.
situation that worked out though, in the situation that went perfectly for her, then she would have been in a really really good spot.
That is true. All right. So it looks like
This is most likely just drop Defender of Vargas.
yeah, that
Keep
seems
these
good.
dudes alive.
Face, make trading
Yeah.
awkward.
I think
13
you
is a pretty low life total.
think you have to play Void Caller here. You need Mal'Ganis on the board. I think that she needs to go for the greedy Mal'Ganis. The other player's putting on too much pressure.
Okay.
And
Probably
looks
gonna
like she does
see.
up for that.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a knife juggler implosion turn, right?
Yeah, most likely. The Void Cola doesn't really do anything. It only pulls another Void Cola, so it does look like that's the play here.
Yeah. Ta-ping! Oh,
Oh
so
wow,
good. So good.
wow, that was really lucky.
Oh, yeah, it was.
I feel bad for Lynn right now.
Yeah, that's rough.
Well, I guess you just play all your demons and then attack in with the Void Cola. There
Oh,
you go.
there we go.
Did I see that right? Did she attack first and then play Flame Imp?
Um, I can't tell. I'm not
According
sure.
to the sidebar, I think she did. That seems like a very. If she did, that was very greedy. Oh wow, that
Yeah.
faceless. Wasn't even thinking of that. That's kind of crazy. Well,
Oh, what? Wow. That's exceptionally good in the mirror like this. Holy cow.
it's also
And
worth
then he
noting that
can
we
follow it up
haven't
with his
seen it.
own.
We haven't seen a charge minion out of Void, so I still am questioning the faceless in this deck. It's very. I'm not questioning it. I'm thinking. I'm trying to imagine why it's in here. It's very strange. I mean, it's working out in this particular circumstance, but
Right.
he doesn't really seem to have anything in his deck, at least that we've seen yet, that actually synergizes with his faceless manipulator.
Oh wait, did he just miss lethal?
No, because Mal'Ganis was on the board,
No, but
so
couldn't
he
he have
had to kill him.
silenced the Mal'Ganis?
Oh, he totally could have. Three.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that was Miss Lethal.
That was 369. Yeah, that was the
11. It was exact lethal.
Yep. Oh well. I mean, he realizes it was a mistake, so that's okay.
I would imagine he's gonna rebound from this anyway.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
It was just BM,
Yeah, it's
maximum BM.
not miss lethal if you still win.
Yeah,
It's
this is
maximized BM.
max. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I think you like.
Unless you're running a random big game, Hunter, then I think you're done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, what?
What?
What? That's
What?
insane. Oh my gosh. I am instantly in love with this human.
Oh, Lynn,
Wow.
you are
Sacrificial
the
pact.
best.
That's huge.
Wow.
Restore 5 life and kill an enemy minion for 0 mana. That's a pretty good card. Wow.
That is, I mean, Boyd has to be feeling like a little salty about that one.
How do
Like,
you
what
even
is
respond
happening?
to that? I've never seen that before. That was crazy.
She might turn this around.
I don't like that silence because
Hmm.
any minion that's in Void's hand right now can be played anyway. So the silence on the Void Caller doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, that's a good point.
May have been a slight misplay. But it doesn't matter now. It looks like Void's got this in the bag. He's just going to clear up these imps most likely and go face with the 5 damage.
Yep.
Oh wow, doesn't even clear up the imps. Although I suppose it
4,
shouldn't matter.
6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, no, this should be fine.
Unfortunately, that won't be enough for Lin. Void's still going to be able to finish out the game here. Oh, it was a close game. That mirror match is always interesting to watch for me. That sacrificial pack, man.
Out of nowhere. So cool.
That's kind of crazy. That was I can't believe that worked out. That was pretty awesome. Respect points.
Mad respect points. And the lethal tap. Wow. All right, good game to both players involved. That was some pretty real Hearthstone right there. Just a couple, I mean, both players just playing stuff that we were not used to seeing. So, thanks for the opportunity to see that because that was pretty cool.
I still
Yeah.
can't believe I just got to watch a sacrificial pack happen to a Mal'Ganis. That's the thing that happened that game.
I
That's
mean,
wow.
I would have loved to see the Jiraxis play with my own eyes. That would have been pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, just running that in your Warlock deck without knowing what you're going up against. I
I
like
mean, I
it.
suppose it kind of makes sense because even if your opponent's not playing a Warlock, you're running all these mini Imp cards, right? Because you have Imp
Mm,
Gang Boss and you have Implosion, which are really good targets for Sacrificial Pact. But I don't think that Zoo is the place for it because, well, I mean, it worked out in that game, but
right,
that was crazy. But I
right,
don't know.
because you just want
In
one
my
more
mind,
card.
you
Yeah,
don't need
yeah, that does
healing, right?
damage.
So I don't know. It was very strange, but it worked
Very.
out. So there you
It
go.
did. It did. Okay, looks
Druid
like a
versus
combo
Hunter.
druid.
Oh, we got some nice golden classes in here.
Ooh, lovely.
Hmm. Bit of a lousy start for Lin, at least hand-wise. Pretty good start on Void's side. Although he probably isn't very happy about that secret. And we see a Kazan Mystic. That's going to be
Oh,
huge in this matchup. That's going to be big.
yeah, she's just gonna try to draw into some more stuff. That Kazan Mystic's gonna be a big deal.
Hmm.
Okay. I think
Some
I.
interesting. Do you want to innovate even for one? Like in this matchup, at least looking at the two hands. Whoa, hold on. Oh no, web spinner happened. I was like, there's a King of Beasts in the Hunter's hand player. What?
I might have considered Innervate Shield Master
Yeah,
because it's
maybe even Keeper of the Grove because kill command
yeah,
kills Senjin straight up, and you're not scared of a Mad Scientist, which is normally the target for Keeper of the Grove because you have the um, Kizan Mystic. So
right. But this
maybe
is
he'll.
gonna be a keeper.
Yeah, I think this has to be a keeper turn now.
Yeah. Excellent.
Senjin wouldn't have been too bad just because we know both players' hands. But if I was in the druid spot and I couldn't see the hunter's hand, I would have went for that keeper play. Just because kill command just punishes the Senjin pretty bad.
So badly, yeah.
Well, he's gonna
We
be
see
happy that he can
Lynn
play us.
immediately mouse over her Kazan Mystic.
Although maybe you shouldn't have played it that turn. You did draw a war, and like next turn you could have like you could have innovated out your war this turn, and the next turn develop Sylvanas. I don't know. Maybe the Kazan was right.
I
It's
do
probably
like
right.
following it up with the Innervate ping though. Otherwise, it's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
that was a heads up play.
Yeah.
Because then
Well,
you could just run in the Houndmaster into the secret, then get another Houndmaster in his hand,
right.
which would be huge. Because obviously the battle cry effect. Wow, we're actually going to see a King of Beasts come out as a 4/6 taunt on curve. That's pretty good. Oh no, we're gonna. Okay, so
It's a Druid of the Claw.
yeah, it's Druid of the Claw.
Yeah,
That's an
sounds great.
interesting way to look at that card.
Yeah.
Imagine if Hunter had access to Druid of the Claw. They would
Uh,
never play it in taunt form, but
right,
it'd
exactly.
still be cool.
No, let's not give Hunter access to more cards. Well, more cards like that.
Probably not. Let's should probably not do that.
Yeah. Okay, so this
It's probably
is
just Senjin, right? And then Hero Pal. Okay.
that's probably what I would have done. I suppose.
It makes sense. Maybe scared of kill command and etc.
Yeah.
And this way, if he kill commands it, he'll still have to, a minion will get stolen.
Yeah, I mean, she takes a 1/1 away and forces the hunter to trade in Knife
Oh,
Juggler, which they never really want to do.
it's Hyman.
Yeah.
Hyman on curve. That's going to be hard to deal with. I guess we're just playing the war. Okay, so she opts to not play the war, and I would imagine the reason that is because she's scared of Iron Beak Owl, at which point she probably just loses the game. When now she can hopefully bait out the Iron Beak Owl with this, and then play the war next turn.
Oh, okay. I'm on board with that line of thought. 'Cause I was thinking for sure we would see the war come down, but that seems like a very informed way to play. Something I have to start doing, I think, thinking more about my opponent's hand and like what do they want to play? Like what's going to be terrible for me and then play around that.
Exactly. So if this is Leok, he'll actually be able to big game hunter it, but nope, it's always Suffer.
Always hover.
It's kind of an interesting thing about the hunter matchup. Majority of times they don't have a big game hunter target, but sometimes they do because of Leok. So it's like, do you actually get to get value off your big game hunter or not? I guess you do sometimes. You force here to
Yeah.
clear?
I think
Or do you play the
so.
war? Because the war just dies to what's on board. So I think I would force. But then what do you do with the 2 remaining mana? I guess you just hero power and like punch face. Because if you're punching a minion, just taking more damage. You might just opt to play Ancient of Law for heals. Yes, so many options this turn. I kind of love Druid, but I kind of hate Druid because it makes me think the most. Because you have access to the most options out of every class. Well, most turns.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it
Wow, that was an early
huh.
concede. Had a lot of options. I don't agree with that. Still
I
could have won
wonder
that
what
game.
she was digging for.
Maybe the swipe, especially because it was a George. No, then you wouldn't have been able to play the swipe, but
Yeah.
maybe for next turn. I don't know. That was kind of a strange play.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can't be too afraid of Owl. I mean, obviously it's going to be coming eventually. She didn't successfully bait it
Well,
out. I mean, it wasn't even in the opponent's hand, but
she had a play which didn't play into the Iron Beak Owl either, though. She had the Force of Nature, which would have meant that there was only 3 damage on board because she could have cleared up the Hindmane and the what else was on board? The Huffer, and also
right,
one of the tutus that come out of the Hindmane,
right.
and she would have actually been in a really good spot. But oh well, you win some, you lose some, right?
Yep. This is how you learn. I have to imagine that, like, watching these back. Oh, actually, we're being told that she played the wrong card by accident. I think she probably reached into her hand and tried to pull out Ancient of War and maybe grabbed Azure Drake. Because I did notice that she emoted a natural mistake after that. So I figured she was just saying that she didn't draw what she wanted, but that makes sense that she just happened to grab the wrong card, which, I mean, that really stinks. I've done that so many times. I'd have lost count. I'm sure all of you watching at home have done that before, which is just a friendly reminder here from Shelby to slow down as you play Hearthstone just a little bit. Like, I'm not encouraging you to be like life coach or anything. You don't have to rope every turn, but I don't know.
You have
I
to
like
rope
to.
every turn. You
No,
need to think of
no,
every option.
no.
Yeah,
Unacceptable.
you have to rope
Ugh.
turn one every time.
Okay, so we are going to be following the winner of the group, who was Void. This is best out of 3, and we don't move until best out of 5 until we start the brackets, which is after the group stage. So we are going to be watching Void play against Modro. So let me go ahead and add him.
I love that name, Modro. It's
Modro,
unique.
yes. It's
Very ominous.
yes, it
That's the
is.
word I'm going to use
He's
to
a
describe.
Brazilian player. We have a lot of Brazilian players who join us for Tuesday Night Hype every week, which is so cool. We just have a really big Brazilian following, and we love to see them here. And thank you guys for coming in every week. You're like half of our audience. It's really awesome. And
Super.
Boyd looks like he's from Japan, so cool.
What are you doing on these servers if you're from Japan? Get on the Asian servers. I'll converse you on the Asian server sometime.
You're
Isn't that weird?
I mean, yeah, he's probably just got multiple accounts and maybe this is just his
That's
second
impressive.
account.
If this is his second account, that's impressive because he's sitting at rank 4 right now. I know
Hmm.
the struggles of playing on 2 accounts. That's some dedication right there. That's really cool. If that's the case.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know Void as a player really, but I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible. Oh, let's look into his Strivewire account and we'll see if he has. No, he only has an NA account linked.
That's
So,
interesting.
yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe some players just like to play on NA more. But I just started an EU account like last week.
Oh, how's that going?
Like, man, this is gonna be the longest grind ever. This is gonna
have you
take forever.
have you opted out of spending money? Are you trying to play it free to play, or like what's the deal?
I'm gonna try to keep EU free to play. I am not free to play on my NA account, like whatsoever. So I kind of want
Hmm.
to keep EU free to play, but I'm not sure. I might cave. I just got a $20 Blizz card for my birthday that from like a month ago. So I might go buy some packs over there or like go buy Nax or something. Oh, that would be good. I could go buy Nax and Blackwing. That
Yeah,
would be a good
I
use of
would
my money.
definitely recommend
Yeah,
Nax or Blackring because they're usually the higher quality of card.
yeah, absolutely. Yep. And if I get 20 packs, I'm just gonna regret it instantly, probably. So I'll probably
Well,
go.
nothing but wisp.
All wisps all the time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm mostly an arena player, so I might just like head over there once a week to get my pack from Tavern Brawl and then play some arena and try to like grind it
If
up
you're
that way.
if you're an
Yeah,
arena player, like that makes the most sense having 2 different accounts because like you can just jump on arena whenever you want. Because if you don't have,
right.
like for me, I spend all my gold on like whatever. Like if I
Hmm.
haven't run an arena run in a while, I'll be like open celebratory pack for random thing I did today, and then I'll end up with like no gold, and I'm like, where did all my gold go? That's probably because there's random packs I'm opening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you need that in your life every once in a while, though, don't you? Like that's important. Like I deserve this.
Yeah.
Um, like I came from
I actually
Magic.
recently started getting back into arena. Like I, when I first started playing the game, I didn't play much arena at all. And then
Yeah.
recently, I started playing arena. I actually got my first 12 win this week. I was super happy about
Yeah! Awesome.
it.
Congratulations. That's fantastic.
I it was super lucky though. Like no skill was involved in that game, but it's fine.
Were you playing Mage?
No, I was playing priest.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're completely wrong. There's totally skill involved in that.
I only had one source of AOE in my deck. It was very
Wow.
disappointing. But hey, it was a lot of fun.
That's seriously impressive. Nice job. Whoa. Okay, so we're gonna jump into game here. We've got Void playing Warrior and Modro playing Hunter. This will be enjoyable. All right. Ooh, we see a bluegill warrior. This is so
What?
much face. Murloc Hunter! Murloc Hunter? This is Murloc Hunter. I can feel it in my bones.
I haven't gotten an invite yet from Modro, but I'm very excited to see this hand.
He threw back the bluegill. He tossed his whole hand full of 2-drops. What are you looking for? Oh, I'm so curious.
Unfortunately, I'm getting some bugs over here, so I will be. I'm interested to see this hand now. I'm freaking out. I want to know what's going on with the Murloc Hunter.
Okay, well, I don't see any more Murlocs. So maybe it's just that one bluegill because it has charge and he wants to charge your face off.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, Coin Fiery War Axe is going to be pretty strong. Doesn't have a really great card to follow it up with. I guess he's just going to Explosive Trap probably. Or Worgen.
I would just play Worgen, and the
Yeah,
trap doesn't do much just because he has the weapon up. So I think you
right.
need a. I can see the hero power too. It makes sense.
Okay.
Although, when are you going to play Worgen? I guess you just hero power Worgen next turn, but then you're playing really slow for the class that you are. I
Super
suppose he's trying to
slow.
maximize. Just trying to maximize damage, I guess, or maximize the mana he uses. Ooh.
Guess. Oh, he doesn't want to play the Juggler either. So he's like saving Juggler for an Unleash turn.
Hmm.
But I don't
I
know
guess
if
he
you're gonna.
didn't want to run it into the weapon, so maybe he should have played Explosive Trap so that the warrior decided to
You,
activate the trap by using the weapon, so then he wouldn't have the
yeah,
weapon for Juggler.
that
But
sounds.
knowing that it is warrior, he probably has more weapons, so I don't know. It's kind of
That's
an
fair.
awkward play. This type of hunter in general is uh, a type of hunter that I don't quite understand how to play correctly because
Yeah.
obviously hit face, but like there's a specific order in which way you want to play your cards. So I've never
hmm
quite understood how that works, but
You and I broke both,
it's
my friend. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to go face. I know you just go face, but like I can't. I'm like, this
just
is such a
just
good trade for me. Like I have to do it. And they're like, no, go face. I'm like, what?
like right then when he abusive Sergeant Worgen and like attacked
Yeah,
face, like in my mind the play was to abusive Sergeant Worgen hero power and trade your Worgen into the Armor Smith because it does
absolutely.
essentially the same thing, but you're kind of giving the warrior 5 health then because you're missing out on the 4 damage to face with the Worgen,
Mm.
and you would have attacked the Armor Smith, giving the 1 armor to the warrior player. So that's probably why he made that play. He's getting in an extra 5 damage, which is the heads up play, but I wouldn't have made it because I don't know how to play this deck.
I don't either. I mean, plus, I mean, Whirlwind is a card, which is very frightening. I
Right?
don't know.
Especially because this the Void player has not shown whether he is control or patron yet. So he could
Exactly.
be running multiple whirlwinds.
He is gonna save the Arcane Golem, which makes sense to me. Okay, so we do have Brawl in hand, not for this turn. Sledge Belcher. That's the other thing. If he had Abusive Sergeant the Worgen to trade it in, he still would have an owl. Now he doesn't have an owl, and the Sledge Belcher's on the field. And that's not great. So
No,
I don't know.
certainly. It's kind of interesting. I guess because like you're trying to rush down your opponent before they can play taunts anyway. So like I don't know. It's kind of an awkward deck. It's kind of a coin flip. Does my opponent have taunt? Does my opponent have heal blood? Does my opponent have this? If he doesn't, I win. If he does, I probably lose. The
Hearthstone, the
Wario
game of
play
coin
is
toss.
right. The Warrior is actually in a pretty good spot right now, though, because despite the fact that this is Explosive Trap, if I'm not mistaken, right? He can still just run in the Belcher, still has a Gold Shire Footman on the board, and then just play Shield Maiden, get 5 health back. you're in a pretty good spot.
Seems
Maybe,
unwinnable for the hunter, if I may say so myself.
you could mind
But
games the warrior, and maybe the warrior thinks this is freezing trap. At which point you would play the shield maiden and not attack with Belcher. But looks
right.
like he just decides that it is explosive, and he was right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can be fairly certain that it's going to be explosive trap, although I have been seeing a lot more misdirections.
Yeah,
Um,
what's up with that card? That
I
card
don't
annoys
know.
me.
It's like everywhere on ladder for me right now. It's so strange. I think like we're supposed to forget that it exists, but
And
I
then
don't know.
just not play around it.
Yeah, it's hard to play
Oh,
around though.
Hunter player got the dream of quick shot draw a card,
Yep.
which actually might be good enough to pull him back into this game. I mean, I kind of don't like playing Sylvanas in this matchup, but if you have the mana to play Sylvanas and armor up, it's probably the play here. That way, next turn you can, if he develops enough minions, you can just brawl and guarantee the fact that you'll get a minion.
So,
So I would just play Sylvanas and armor up. That would be my play here.
so that puts him to 13. Say we think he has. Okay, so say I'm the warrior and I think he has a kill command in hand. If he then draws another kill command,
Well, that wasn't his line of thinking, because if he was, he would have killed the Horned Creeper with that axe. So now I disagree with this play even more. I don't know. It's I don't know what he's trying to play around here, but
oh, this is so awkward. Now his board is just gone.
well, he can dust bite the Horned Creeper.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
board
No, like
cleared.
the whole board is just gone, and that's really bad for the hunter, isn't it?
Ooh, that was actually a mistake. He should not have traded the Shield Maiden, because he played the
Huh.
Despite after the Horned Creeper anyway, so he could have attacked the Horned Creeper and cleared the board. He could have got an extra 5 damage in.
Yeah, that was
Well, an extra 1 damage. But he would have also taken an extra 1 damage, so I wonder whether that was
yeah.
a mistake or whether he just values the 1 health.
Or yeah, because it seems strange to be like, oh, I really have to get this 4 damage into the hunter's face because you don't care about the hunter's life total right now at all. So yeah, I think that was a little bit strange. I mean, I think you just wave Zuka here and hero power and go face. I don't think you wait for a minion.
Mm-hmm.
He might be thinking. I mean, I assume he runs like Leroy.
This is going to play right into Void's Harrison Jones, though. Although I
Yes,
suppose there is no way of not letting that happen, though. He
right. That's
definitely
fair.
does belong in a museum.
So many museums. All right.
I think you just equip the axe and start slamming face, right?
Yep. Because that threatens lethal next turn.
So Hunter player needs to
Well, no, it
pick
doesn't.
up.
Close
Hunter player
enough.
needs to pick up an Arcane Golem or a Wolf Rider,
Oh!
and that'll do it. There you go.
Oh! He gave him the well played. He thought
Ugh,
he had lost, and then you rip Wolf Rider.
maximum BM.
Man, I guess. Man, Face Hunter. Like, I feel like I say this
It's
every week, but too strong. It's
a
so
scary
scary.
deck.
It's
Scary deck.
terrifying. And I
Although
mean,
there was
how much
well,
armor did that warrior gain throughout the game? Like 15 to
uh,
20 armor?
yeah, something like that.
That's
It's a lot of
insane.
armor.
Yeah.
We were saying quite a lot of times though in that match that oh, it looks rough for the Hunter player, but Hunter always wins, right? There you go.
And they were totally fine. Yeah, I thought that was like without a doubt. I mean, the warrior probably has shield blocks. Those would have been pretty nice for the warrior to draw. Um, The other Shield Maiden probably would have completely changed the game. So
Now we have Void on the Hunter. And Modro on the Druid. Interesting.
Drew.
Whoa. Void has Harrison in his Hunter deck.
Okay.
So it looks like it will be a more mid-rangey Hunter.
Absolutely. Snake Trap. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, I'm taking a look through chat just to make sure you're all behaving yourselves. I want to give a shout out to Carlos N, who is not at home but driving. Carlos, please be careful and don't like actually watch the stream as you drive. I hope you're only listening to it. If we cause you to crash, I'm going to be very upset with you. Let's see. Also, if you guys need any help, Cheese is the man for all your needs, all of them. He is just the best. So like, shout out to Cheese for being the best admin ever. And if you need him, you can ask. He's very nice.
I disagree with that Queen Wildgrowth play. Maybe he's trying to bluff the Shade of Naxxramas, but apart from that, that play makes very little
0
sense to me.
cents. Why? That's. But even if you are like what do you gain from bluffing?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was hoping the opponent would play a secret in response, and that way you could activate the secret. I don't know. It's kind of a strange play. Doesn't make too much sense, but it's fine.
Yeah, this curve would have been
That's
a lot prettier.
This Hunter player, he is the mid-range version, but he has a lot of damage in his hand already. If you calculate the Eaglehorn bow as roughly 6 damage, he already has 12 damage in hand, which is like insane. So you might try to play a little bit more aggressively this game than he normally would with the deck he's playing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it really depends on what you have in your hand with mid-range Hunter, and then you can sort of choose the path that you're going to go with the cards that you're dealt. So we're going to see Piloted Shredder, which I also disagree with. Doesn't Senjin just make more sense?
Senjin dies to kill command straight away, where the Shredder, it will feel kind of bad kill commanding that. So I can understand his thought process to playing the Shredder over the Senjin.
So this just dies to the bow. And then Freezing Trap is awkward. So like if you had Senjin, you just don't attack with it because it's just going to sit there. And also I'm like, I mean, now you don't attack. Or I think you do attack though with the 4/3. I guess not.
Sorry, my bad. They were getting some more spectate bugs here, so I need to jump in and then jump out again. There we go.
Jump around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like.
So the secret that's up right now is the same secret that was up before? Yeah.
Okay. Yep. We're going to get an owl from the web spinner, which is a pretty nice thing to pick up here.
Definitely.
Okay, the druid's momentarily happy that the weapon is gone, but then sad when he plays another one.
It's also worth noting that Mojo's druid deck is not teched out to beat Hunter. It's running Azure Drake instead of Harrison Jones. So it's actually really bad for him that the Hunter player here picked up the bow. Picked up both bows, even. So, because he doesn't have a counter to it in his deck anymore.
I'm interested to see 2 piloted shredders and a Senjin. I wonder if there's 2 Senjins. My deck had piloted shredders, which I swapped out for Senjin, so I'm confused as to why there's both.
That's a really heads up play, by the way, playing the Force of Nature.
Yeah.
to toss away the... Oh, he shouldn't have attacked face, though. Wait, has he already attacked face since the trap was up?
Nope.
That
Well,
was...
that could have been explosive, and his
Yeah,
day
that
could
could
have
have
been a
been...
little ruined.
That could have been really bad for him, but he read the play, right? He read
Mm-hmm.
that the player was running explosive. Sorry, freezing. So like, he's just gonna ram the bow into the shredder here. He's gonna choose to silence it.
Oh,
I kind of disagree with that.
yeah?
Because at some point in this game, inevitably, because you're versing a druid, you're going to have to silence a taunt. At some point. We're going to have to deal with a taunt in some way.
Mm. Well, that was a free owl from a web spinner.
I guess.
He probably has one or two other owls. He might be. Hey, look
Oh,
at
there
that.
you go. There's an owl.
Okay, so that's four,
That's
five.
actually insane. The circumstance I was talking about where you would need the owl happened. The player played the taunt, and then the hunter player top decked the other owl. That was really good.
Yeah. I'm a skillful caster. What can I say? I call the
Apparently,
plays
it's
where they happen.
just happens
Or he just
magically.
doesn't play the owl. Yeah, he's just not even gonna play it. Which
Fair enough.
now I'm confused. Like, 'cause then you just traded your whole board away. I mean, not your whole board, but a sizable chunk.
It's reasonable to assume the opponent druid doesn't have swipe though, because he hasn't played it yet and he's had quite a few opportunities to. So I kind
Mm,
of like this because there should be no clean way to deal with the Harrison Jones anyway,
right.
assuming that the other player doesn't just like draw it now.
And I guess you still have to be pretty wary about your life total being at 16, knowing that combo is 14. Um,
Combo happens next turn, so as
yeah,
long as one of these two creatures lives, including the 2-drop from Shredder, the druid's gonna
right.
win the game.
Exactly. Okay. Snake trap, not especially useful in this moment, I don't think.
Probably not, because next
Um,
turn the druid player is just gonna go face anyway, so the snake trap will never activate.
right. Although, I mean, I guess you could be mind gamesing the druid, thinking, hey, this is freezing.
That's actually a really strong point.
Yeah.
Although, even if he does do that, the druid player would still have lethal underneath the circumstance of freezing, right? Because he could have ran a treant in and still had the damage.
hmm
I don't know. He would be too short, I think, off the top of my head.
Okay, so druid super has lethal right now, but is pretty worried about the secret. That's what's happening. You just go for it. Like you're like, okay, I'm putting it all on the line. Like, show me what you got. It's probably not explosive. Explosive would
I,
be
I
detrimental.
understand thinking about it though, because
Oh yeah.
oh wow, he's going to attack first.
Oh, why? There's no point. Well, I guess you win anyway. Okay,
It
same
doesn't
thing.
matter either way, but I guess it kind of makes sense. I don't know, because like, what would have been the play if it was freezing? Yeah, like
Uh,
after the
I
Force of
don't know.
Nature.
Yeah,
That was really strange. Oh
I
well, it
guess
worked
we
out
would
for him.
trade.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess you need to start trading. That would have worked out. There you go.
Okay.
That's kind of a
So,
strange game to watch because like the Hunter was winning all game, and Druid was just like, nope, I win.
yeah, that's why I
It's
like
kind of
Druid.
the funny thing about Druid. He never needs board control. It's just gonna win the game on turn 9. So
Yep,
there you go.
basically. It's just like wait until turn 9. Okay, now you're dead. Thank you. It's great. It's super
Yeah,
fun. That's what I'm playing on ladder right now, and I'm really glad I made the switch over to Druid. It's great.
Druid is a lot of fun.
Yeah. What are you playing on ladder right now?
I'm kind of a player that exclusively plays gimmick decks. So right now I'm playing a warrior deck which is designed on stretching out the game as long as it can and then killing your opponent with Iron Juggernaut, which is a lot of fun.
I have nothing but the utmost respect for you, sir. That's awesome. Iron Juggernaut is so cool. It's such a cool card.
Yeah, I kind of wish it saw more play. It's a really fun card. And
Yeah.
then you get the dream where you play two of them because Brewmaster's kind of a good card, I guess. And then the player draws both of them in the same turn. Too much fun.
I
Too
was
much
just
fun.
saying the other day that I mean, everyone wants one of the brawls to be that you can just play any card regardless of if it's class specific, because I think that would be just the most fun brawl of
That
all
would be
time.
cool. Rogue
Um,
Shadow Stepping Iron Juggernauts.
Shadow Step Gang Up, that's what I would build instantly. I would
Yeah,
build a rogue deck with Iron Juggernaut, and it would be
that
insane.
sounds like way too much fun.
And then you would mill them, so like you would play Cold Light Oracles too to get them to draw
Yeah,
them faster. It would be great.
I want
Blizzard,
that so bad.
Blizzard, please.
Apparently, next week is going to be sorry, this week is going to be unstable portals though.
Really?
I think so anyway. I don't know.
Just like a deck of 30 unstable portals?
I think so.
Wait, didn't we already
I
have
don't know.
something like that?
No, yeah, we had the web spinner thing, but they released a it was data mined on Halfpone. They released two images of the next two tavern brawls, and one of them is a Murloc standing in a field with a bunch of people cheering in the background, which I think is going to be a tease for Argent tournament. I think we're going to be able to play with some of the new cards in that tavern brawl.
Ooh, I
Uh,
hope so.
but the one
Cool.
before that is just like a summoner, and there's like portals everywhere, so it's reasonable to assume that this week's going to be portals.
Nice. I'm all about that. I'm very okay with that happening.
Tavern Brawl has changed Hearthstone so much. I love it. It's
Oh yeah.
such a good experience. Waiting around all week for the new Tavern Brawl. Even on the weeks where it's like not even a particularly fun Tavern Brawl, then you're just on the edge of your seat for next week. It's like, I want the new one.
I mean, and it makes doing quests so much easier. Um, just like
Yeah,
warm-up games before you play ladder.
sometimes you just don't want to play Hunter. So what you do is you get your Hunter quest, you go into Tavern Brawl with your 10 mana only card and win every game. Because it doesn't matter what class you are in that mode.
That was fun.
So,
That was a lot of fun. Yeah. I still liked the one where you summoned a random minion for that spell's mana cost.
yeah, that one
That
was
was
a
the
lot
best.
of fun.
That was the best one. I hope they start cycling them back. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so we are just waiting for Lynn and Modro to go ahead and ready up. While you are waiting, please check out everything that we have linked down below in the description box down here. We have a list of all of our rostered players. They are all super interesting people who are streaming all the time. We have Cora, aka CG Songbird. She was just streaming a bunch today. She streams pretty often. She's an amazing singer and an even more amazing Hearthstone player. So like, go check out her stream. Demigod, who is, actually a demigod especially at like playing decks like Shaman and getting number one legend with Shaman, which is like a thing that you can do.
I
Shoop,
don't
one
believe
of
it
our
should be possible.
yeah,
Shaman, just no.
yeah, Shaman man. It's so real. So real. Shoop is in Finland right now because he qualified for the ASUS ROG Summer 2015 Hearthstone tournament. So that's super cool. He's getting to like live his dream and travel to Finland to go play Hearthstone. Like that's the dream, right? That's gonna be like the end all be all of like the
Hey
dream, the
man,
Hearthstone dream, right?
you made it.
Yeah, you
You made
made
it.
it. Congrats, Shoop, and good luck at your tournament. And finally, we have Double O's, who you might have seen at ESL. You might have seen Demigod at ESL as well. Um, and he usually streams like later at night. He'll probably be on after we're done. So if you're a night owl, you can always go over and check out Double O's. We also have all the links to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and our website, which is vicioushs.cards. There you can find out more about TNH, Tuesday Night Hype, and you can also find out more information about coaching, which is something that you can get through any one of our rostered players. You can just sit down with them for an hour and a half. It's $20, which is super cheap for